Hello everyone and welcome back to another Warframe video. So today I would like to get into the details about the upcoming Coda TechnoCyte infested bosses. In this video, I will give you details that you might have missed during DevStream 182 on how to farm the new adversary system, plus other important details that you really need to know about these new infested bosses. As farming these technocytes are kind of different from farming Infested Liches or Sisters of Parvos. First of all, the new infested bosses will only be available in the Warframe 1999 content. If you just started playing Warframe, then you must finish the beginning Vor's prize quest, then the second dream up to the new war until you finish the Whispers in the Walls and gain access to the short introduction to the 1999 update named Lotus Eaters. It can be done, but just be warned that rushing these contents is a recipe for burnout. In addition, most missions are time gated and you will need to craft certain items to proceed. Just take, for example, the Necromech and Railjack, which takes time to farm the parts needed to craft, and it will also take a couple of hours before they can be fully crafted. Most likely, if you want to speedrun, then you'll end up rushing things by spending platinum, which is really not advisable. I've been playing Warframe for almost 8 years now, and the only reason why I lasted this long is that I did not rush things and take my time enjoying everything that I unlock at my own pace. There will come a point wherein you'll unlock all the missions, which will allow you to farm platinum easy, and I strongly recommend not rushing into things, as you'll end up like those players complaining that there's no content in Warframe, or that the game is just a big grind fest and nothing rewarding. Now, the first thing you need to encounter a technocyte is to go in a Warframe 1999 mission. I think the recent demo is not the mission you need to do so you can spawn a technocyte, as you will need to acquire a unique drop from infested enemies within the 1999 tileset. Once you have the unique item dropped by the infested enemy, you will need to bring it to a virus-riddled PC to run the TechnoCyte Coda command. In the computer, you will need to do a quick hack puzzle, and after that, complete the mission so that your adversary will spawn. After that, your hub will display a splash screen with one particular member of the band highlighted front and center, along with some pertinent details related to its relevant customization or reward. Players with an active Coda technocyte will find themselves robbed of some resources at the end of standard missions, as they would with any active Infested Lich or Sister of Parvos. However, unlike the previous Nemesis system, there will be no details on weapon information, as it's different from the Kuva and Sister of Parvos hunt. Instead of giving you the weapon after vanquishing a technocyte, it will give you a new currency which you can use to purchase new infested Coda weapons from a new vendor in the Warframe 1999 Hebub. This change is both bad and good in my opinion. The good thing about this is that you have the choice to pick what weapon you want in the shop, and we don't need to run one mission over and over again just to spawn the right adversary that has our desired weapon. But here's the bad news though. Digital Extremes said that the new vendor will be similar to Ergoglast, and these weapons will be on rotation that will have randomized elements to them. Most of you know that the element for Kuva or Sister of Parvos weapon is dependent on the progenitor Warframe, but this is not the case with Infested Liches. This only means that getting the perfect element that you want for a specific weapon will be time-gated, and you can't enjoy all of it in day one. We don't have any control anymore on what type of element our weapons will get, as it will be the same as the Tenet weapons from Ergoglast. It's really not a big deal, but for those who are looking forward to optimized builds with these new infested weapons in day one, then I'm sorry, as it will be a waiting game. Now, it's not clearly stated, but Digital Extreme specifically said that with an active TechnoCyte Coda, players can hop into any 1999 mission and confront random TechnoCyte Coda band members. Once damaged enough, they'll be vulnerable to your Parazon, which you can equip with special antivirus mods to progress further. Now, these antivirus mods are new, and this can only be obtained in bounty missions inside the Warframe 1999 content. This is yet another controversial change, as some players think that it would be good if the developers just use the old Requiem mods for the new infested adversaries. Honestly, I don't mind having a new Parazon mods for the infested adversaries, as this means that it will create a new market for the technocyte. If you're new to Nemesis hunting, then I think bounty mission is better compared to relics, wherein you need to farm Requiem relics, then you will need to crack it open and have a random chance to get a random Requiem mod. In bounty mission, there are set rewards, and I bet that every bounty stage you can acquire a specific antivirus mod. Finally, when a player has killed enough Coda to get the antivirus threshold bar to 0%, the adversary changes his state and flees to the origin system. At first, I thought that those infested units that the developers were showing in DevStream 182 are the counterpart of the Hounds or the Kuva Thralls. The idea is to kill those new infested units to lessen the antivirus threshold, but I'm kind of confused now on what Digital Extremes are saying. Maybe in every mission, there will be a Coda technocyte that can randomly appear, and we might fight these in the mission to lower the antivirus threshold, and it's not the usual special units, but actually a technocyte boss bothering us in the mission, making it harder and challenging. The final confrontation with your infested adversary will be on a new node in the origin system. Once an adversary has fled to the origin system, Tenno will observe a new node in Earth Proxima called TechnoCyte Coda Showdown. This seems to be an infested railjack mission to defeat your Coda, and the developers also said that we can also battle it cooperatively by stringing together encores, which I think is an additional game mode for the Coda TechnoCyte. That gives up to 4 times boss fights per co-op player in an active mission with an adversary that is ready to defeat. Basically, they removed the aspect wherein you will gain more murmurs by doing the mission with the team. And I really like what they did here, as this makes the Coda hunt accessible even with random teams, and not just like the Kuva and Sisters of Parvos hunts, wherein you need to build a team, or gather players from chat who also want to do hunts. Since the new infested adversaries are only in Warframe 1999 content, I'm assuming that we can play with other players in a public queue setting, hunting Coda Technocytes in the new Encore game mode. I really think that this new system is great, except for the part wherein we can't choose what element we can have in our weapon. However, I don't mind it so much because I'm interested on the new infested weapons coming in Warframe 1999. After defeating your Coda Technocyte, you can vanquish it and you'll be given a token, wherein you can exchange it for the new variant of Hema, Sporothrix, Synapse, Catabolist, Pox, Tysus, Cossasis, Hirudo, Myre, and Pathicist. Aside from these 10 new upgraded infested weapons, the developers also said that there are 3 new Technocyte weapons available in the new system. The Digital Extremes did not reveal what are these weapons yet, but if I were to guess, then it would be one for each type. We can expect a new infested primary, secondary, and melee weapon in the upcoming Warframe 1999 update. And honestly, I'm very excited with this new content. I can't wait to farm these new infested weapons, and hopefully we get some new meta in the game, because Warframe is being dominated now by an infested weapon named the Incarnate Torrid, and I'm wishing that there will be strong competition in the Warframe 1999 update. By the way, while it was not mentioned if the antivirus threshold will be lessened faster with a team, I think it's safe to assume that they'll be adding this feature to the game. I think Digital Extremes already learned their lesson during the debut of Kuva Lich and how it was not received well by the community due to the excruciating murmur grind. They have improved the system, and I bet that they will also be adding it to the infested variant of the adversary system. While players don't like that it's only available for the Warframe 1999 content, but I think it's a good choice since it would mean that we don't have to look for players anymore that are doing hunts in StarChart. Instead, we can load into the Warframe 1999 content, expecting that the other random players are also hunting their Coda Technocytes. However, this is not official yet though, and some things need to be clarified. But right now, I'm seeing a bright future and economy for this new infested Coda hunt. So, that's all about it. That's all the information you need to know about the new upcoming TechnoCyte boss in Warframe 1999. Before leaving, please support the channel by simply liking the video and subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again in our next video.